talk at the very beginning about how 1 in 5 people, if you're not living with dementia, you're caregiving for somebody with dementia. And you know, when I started my journey, it was about 35 years ago, working with people with dementia, my family had dealt with dementia far too many times. When I started doing talks 30 years ago in York Region, and I'd ask how many people have been affected, I might see, you know, about 10% of the room's hands go up. Now I ask the question, how many people have been affected by dementia? Not 10%, not 20%, not 40, but 50 or 60% of the room has got a hand up. And I think of my own family and my own journey. I have lost count how many close relatives, aunts and uncles, cousins now, sadly, because we're getting to a certain age, and friends who have developed dementia. Now, what they talk about for care partners and caregivers is that it really has an impact on you as the caregiver. And look at all of these things that I put up there. This comes from a caregiver talk that I present. And also, if you notice anything? These are all the same for if you're a caregiver, if you're a person living with dementia, or if you want to reduce the risk. One here where they talk about protect your head. That is, we have now got research that shows head injury can bring on dementia a little earlier. So you want to try to protect your brain. You want to eat well. You want to stay active. You want to stay physically active. Socially, volunteering is a great way. Now, why are we talking about these things for caregivers? Because what that does is build resilience. It lowers stress. You build resilience as a caregiver by understanding and recognizing that grief is a part of this journey. Whether you're the person living with the disease or you're the caregiver, grief is a part of this journey. And you need to validate it, accept it. And only when you're able to do that are you able to work through it. The other piece says, as a family member, you need to accept what is going on with your family member. Accept that this is a disease that is progressive. And you need to get educated so that you understand what is normal, what is not normal. And you need to be able to encourage yourselves and the person with dementia to be the best that they can be that day. People with dementia have good and bad days, and you need to know when to walk away. You know, I have a very wise caregiver. Okay, I've worked with him for over 15 years in my support groups. And whenever there is a new caregiver in our caregiving group, he brings out the serenity prayer, which is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. That's really important. And I think it is, you know, something that people living with dementia and their caregivers need to understand. And whether it's that prayer or another mantra that helps you understand.